Hey, welcome to how to get a professional blowout at home using a few simple tools. It's much easier than your typical 30-minute blowout, so stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, Clean Beauty Babe. I'm Michelle Spieler. I'm an over 20-year professional makeup artist. I worked a decade in Hollywood and I relocated to the East Coast. I have to do a lot of hair for my profession, even though I'm a makeup artist. When I do union jobs, I'm just makeup, and that's lovely. But when I am doing non-union jobs, we also have to do hair. So I've been doing hair about 20 years as well. But I like to teach women how just to do simple hair at home because I'm a very simple, basic girl. Even today, it's cold and dreary out, and I'm just in a sweatshirt and pajama bottoms. So I'm going to keep this really informal today. But hopefully you'll walk away from this video with a few simple tips to get that kind of professional salon blowout look without the 30 minutes of blow drying. And, it's hard. Blow drying is hard. And I don't have, it in the budget to go get a professional blowout a couple times a week. So let's get started. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a blow dryer. And I really love this one by Revlon. If you don't have this one by Revlon, you need it. I mean, I think these go on sale for $40, $40 or $50. It's amazing. So what I'll do is I will let my hair kind of air dry about 50%. I'm lazy. I just don't want to put a lot of heat on my hair, and I'm kind of just working from home anyway. So I will let it get to about a 50% air dry. If you don't have time for that, you can go right into using this. But I like to cut down on my blow dry time. And then I just start sectioning it. So I'll clip this. Remember, I'm keeping this really informal today. I'll clip the top section up and just start working on the bottom part of my hair. So like the lower half of my hair all the way around, I'll just keep working on this and kind of, I didn't want to put it on because it's loud, but you get the feeling. It just kind of gives you this really nice, smooth, rounded out hair. I love this Revlon blow dryer. I'll put the link in the description, or you can go to my like to know it page. I'll put that in the description as well. But I love this. This is what I use to blow dry my hair most of the time when I want a smoother, sleek look. And if I'm not doing curly hair, if I'm doing curly hair, I won't take all that time. I've recently partnered with this company, Keratin, that I really like. They reached out to me because I am into clean beauty and they use natural ingredients. And I really love their website because they cater to women with mature hair. So I love that, number one, about them. Their website's beautiful. They sell silk scrunchies, silk pillowcases, all sorts of incredible hair treatments and serums and massagers for scalp and regrowth stimulation. It's a really impressive. So go check out Keratin. It's spelled differently than you would think. It's Keratin. But they sent me this volumizing mousse, and it comes in a pump, so it's not like an aerosol. But I will literally take about 5 pumps. So I'll do one pump, a pump back here, kind of a pump up here, and then I'll take a couple pumps and kind of scrunch it throughout my hair. But my hair feels like virgin hair. It does not feel like I have any product in it. That's why I really love this. But it's a volumizing mousse, so it does plump up that hair a little bit. I believe it uses amaranth to kind of plump up the hair, and it just feels plumper and fuller, and so I really love that product. Then what I do is once my hair is dry, I will also take, let me take this out because we're pretending we're done blow drying. And even from that Revlon brush, I have some nice volume. Now here's something I'm going to tell you about hair. You know how the camera adds like 10 pounds to our body? It does the opposite with hair. It's so unfair. The camera, the professional camera, whether it's video or camera, will tend to diminish our hair, diminish the volume in our hair. I learned this not only from a professional photographer who does like models and that whole Sports Illustrated look, but I also learned it from a longtime hair expert who I love and trust. And she said, yeah, it just diminishes hair. So it's unfair because why couldn't the camera diminish our body and we look 10 pounds lighter and we look like we have more voluminous hair? It doesn't work that way. Then I take the Redken Power Grip. Love the power. Everyone should have the Power Grip. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how clean this is. It might not be that clean, but it doesn't really go on your scalp. It kind of stays on the hair. It is a hair powder. I'm going to show you. Do you see that? I will go all along my scalp on both sides underneath, and you just kind of take your fingers and wiggle it in. And it's like a dry shampoo, but it's more of a texturizing volume for the roots. But I love it because when I put it in clean hair, I can work out tomorrow morning and get sweaty, and this powder will absorb the sweat so my hair never gets sweaty. And then you can do a little bit more each day, but I like it much more than dry shampoo, and I can put it right where I want it, and it doesn't leave the rest of my hair feeling like dry shampoo, and it really plumps that root. So everybody needs that Redken Hydro Grip. Love that product. Okay. So the trick to getting a professional blowout is, that's all I put in my hair, so we'll just stop right there. You want some Velcro rollers. If you have super long hair, you want the big kind. I prefer kind of more medium to large. These would be like considered maybe extra large. And I get these at Sally's Beauty, but I found a pack at Ulta, and I can put that I can put a link in the description as well. But this comes with 12 rollers, comes with different sizes. Sometimes I like this smaller size. I'll get it out and show you. Sometimes I even like the smaller size to do some of these lower pieces. So you're gonna see what we're gonna do. It's gonna seem like this is a lengthy process. I promise you it's not. It's just because I'm talking and I'm trying to describe and explain what I'm doing. But we're going to start with, the longer your hair is, the bigger you want your curling iron. Now, I could have done a 2-inch barrel, which is humongous, like huge. But when I had longer hair down to my waist, I loved the 2-inch. But this is 1.5, and it's pretty fat. It's pretty big. And it's a Marcel, so ignore that. You don't have to have a Marcel iron. You can have a typical 1.5 by Hot Tools. I can put that. The shorter your hair, the smaller the barrel. So if you're shorter, if you're like more here, like clavicle bone, you might want 1.25, okay? Because it's just supposed to give you volume. It's not supposed to really look like we curled our hair. Remember, it's supposed to look like we went to the salon. Okay, so I always section my hair in 6 sections. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. I always do the bottom first. Makes sense, right? And we're not going for massive, long time heat here. We're just trying. Now, you're gonna need these little clips. So go to Ulta or Sally's and get these little hair pins, because they're gonna hold your rollers. And then you're gonna take it out. And I think around the front of the face, I might want a smaller roller. Now, some of you told me when I did my TikTok video and you asked for a longer tutorial, a lot of you said, I really don't like Velcro rollers. Well, they make smooth rollers. And you could probably get those at Sally's also. It's what an older woman might use to, wet set her hair. So you can get these rollers that don't have the Velcro on them and still use these little clips. Or I'll show you on the other side in a minute what we can do. So I'm taking larger sections of my hair, not super thin, because I'm not going for a curled look. I'm going for the fact that I look like I walked out of a salon and got an expensive, $50, $60 blowout. Sorry I'm keeping this so informal today, but I wasn't even going to do a YouTube video today. And then I thought, no, you know what? People have been asking for this. The holidays are coming up, and even though, many cities are on lockdown, people still want to feel good. People still want to feel good about themselves. Okay, with this one, watch what I'm going to do. You don't have to do this, but do you see what I'm doing? I'm rolling it up as though it's in a roller. I'm just going to, see, oops. That didn't work. I worked for a show back in, gosh, 2004, called The Swan. And I learned this from the hair team. Okay, so it's almost the same thing. It's just like a pin curl. So you can do that. If you hate Velcro rollers, you can just do like a pin curl. And I'm going to let these out soon. I'm not going to keep them in as long, but I am going to keep the crown on a little bit longer because the longer it sets and cools, the bigger the volume. Now, some people have reached out to me and asked, you know, I have really heavy, thick, straight hair and I can't get volume. That's because you have a long, thick, heavy, straight hair. I'm always jealous of women like that. I don't think they realize how fortunate they are. They feel like their hair's so boring and they can't do anything with it. And to an extent, that's true. When you have long, thick, heavy hair, there's not a lot of styles you can do. You can wear it down and beautiful, right? You could put it back in a cute ponytail. You can wear it in a messy bun. But as far as styling, like curls and such, you have to have layers for that. And a lot of those women don't want to cut layers, or they like the idea of layers, but they don't want to actually do their hair every day. And to those women, I say, you know what? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Just enjoy your hair the way it is. But to get kind of this volume, you have to have some layers in your hair, because heavy hair that grows out from here, it's going to weigh down everything. But when you have some layers, and some of my layers you can't see, but that's the genius of a good haircut or a modern shag, is some of the layers are buried in here and you can't see them. But it's great because it makes this have more volume, because this isn't so long and heavy and weighing it down. Okay. Now I'm not going to do the bangs right now, but I am going to do, think about this for a minute. You can tell this video, I'm just winging it. I'm just doing it the way I always do it, ladies. So apologize if I don't seem super organized. And it's hard to do it when you don't have a mirror. Just using the phone. Let me get my mirror. The mirror will really help. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I had to think about, like, it's like a puzzle. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Okay, I'm going to curl my hair normally, and then I'll show you how I'm going to set it in a few minutes. I'm not going to put the top in rollers quite yet. I'm going to do my whole head and then go back to the top again. I absolutely love a big barrel though, because it really does just look like you have a beautiful salon blowout. And it holds for days. I want to say one thing too, ladies, is if you don't have a silk or satin pillowcase that you're sleeping on, you need to get one immediately. Immediately. Like, don't even wait till this video is over. Put this video on pause and go to Amazon and get yourself a 100% silk pillowcase, because when you wake up in the morning, your hair is going to be smooth and pretty. I promise. I've been sleeping on one for, I don't know, 20 years maybe. I've bought them for clients. I've bought them for family and friends. It's not only good for your hair, it's good for your face. Sleeping on silk is really, really good for your skin. You won't wake up with huge creases. Okay. I'm not going to do that front piece yet. Okay, and now we're going to go over here. Now remember, I'm not putting the top up in Velcro quite yet, and I'll show you why. I got to get that kind of curled and get a curl pattern in there before I put it into Velcro. Okay, and now I'm going to do, oops, this side, same thing, always curling away from my face. My little mirror right here so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And I lost my microphone. I'm a mess today. I apologize, ladies. I just really wanted to get this video done. I'm going to do one of the smaller ones right here. And we can speed up the rest. Okay, so I have it all curled. I think that's really pretty, you know, because this is all gonna fall. I haven't done my bangs yet, but this is really pretty, and I let those front pieces out because I don't want them to be too curly. Okay, so here's what I like to do. I like to take a little section from the back. Let me see. Okay, so I've already curled these pieces, but I'm going to take a little bit from the back, and I'm going to, this is where your hairspray comes in. I love this hairspray. This is also by Keratin. It's called Shapeshifter Hairspray, but I like it because it's really dry, and then the next day my hair doesn't feel like it has any hairspray in it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little tiny bit of back combing. Just a little bit. Can you see that? Just a little bit of back combing. Then I'm going to take this again. Hope you can see that. I'll hold it there just for a minute. Just putting the heat back in it. We're going for volume, not curls, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and now I'm going to take one of these bigger rollers. I like the bigger ones, and I've already back combed it. Ooh, it's nice and hot, which is what you want. And then I clip it kind of down to the scalp. You see that? And that sucker's in there. They ain't going anywhere. Okay, then I do the next layer. Now remember, I've already curled these pieces. So we're just going for volume on the top. Again, I'm going to spray a little bit in the back of that. I'm going to do a little bit of back combing. Just a little bit. See, can you see that? A little bit of back combing. And now I'm going to take that's the hard part of the Marcel iron. You can easily burn yourself. That's why I don't recommend anyone getting a Marcel unless you're a professional. I wouldn't have chosen the Marcel, but Chi, this is a Chi iron. Chi, you can see Chi right there, Chi. Very generous. Many, many years ago when I worked on a TV show, they sent me like 2 of every iron, a bunch of flat irons, a bunch of their hair products, and I was just such a fan. So I learned how to work with a Marcel. Now look, because it was already curled, isn't that funny? And it was already back combed, it kind of wants to stay, but we want to really get that nice and chilled. We need it to cool off so that it can set properly. Okay. And then now we're going to get some of these front pieces. I don't have as much in the front. My bangs go pretty deep, so sometimes you might only have room for 2 on the top of your head, and that's okay. See how I'm spraying the back side? I don't like too much back combing. I don't want it to look outdated. Too much back combing can look very outdated to me and not like modern hair. Trying to get all myself in here. Okay. Hold that. Again, we've already curled it, so we're not going for curl as much as we're going for volume. Okay, and then we're going to take that piece. I'm just going to do 1 pin, but you can certainly pin it on each side. Woo, look at that. Look at that. Okay, and then now I'm going to take just a little bit on the side here. You don't have to go on the side, but I want to. And I'm going to spray it underneath. Just did about 2 pushes. Did you see that? I want to get this curl hot again because we're going to put it And then do the smaller. It's nice and hot. Remember, I already curled it a while ago. Sometimes on these lateral pieces, you do need more than one pin, but we'll just do, yeah, that works. Okay. And then it's not a very big piece. Some of you don't even know how to back comb. Watch, I'm going to go to the, can you see from here? I'm going to go to about the middle section. It's got hairspray on it. And I'm going to push down once and go back up to the middle section and push down again. And then you've got some nice back combing going on there, okay? Look at that. See how it stands at attention? And I only pushed it down twice. I didn't even go too crazy with it. And I want to do this because you want it hot before you cool it. Now again, I know this looks like a lengthy process, but that's because I'm kind of talking and explaining. But when you get a system, it goes really fast. And this might just be special occasion here. Some women would do this every day, and some women this would be special occasion here. My mom would have done this every day. In fact, my mom did this every day. My mom was a fancy woman, and she did a hot set and a cool set every day. Okay, now I take, gotta be careful not to burn myself with this Marcel, but one thing I love about the Marcel is I can get really close to the scalp. I'm just gonna not touch that. I'm gonna let that stay right there. Not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna roll it in anything. I'm not gonna back comb it. I like the front pieces to be really natural. But with the front pieces, I curl away from the face. Okay, now at this point, let's say you're going out for the evening, or you're just getting ready to get on a Zoom, or you're whatever the reason. This is the point where I would let these sit for 20 to 30 minutes. I would do my makeup, I would go make dinner, I would clean the bathroom, whatever. But I would let these set. You can also just do one little spray. But I'm going to let these set for 20-30 minutes, and then I'll come back and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. I'd leave it in longer, but my daughter wants to run errands. So I'm going to start taking it out. And that's the part a lot of women don't like about the Velcro rollers, is that it really does. It really does kind of catch the underneath pieces and kind of, oh, it doesn't feel great, I'm not gonna lie. But the payoff is so good that I don't mind. You can pull it out too. I'm just being lazy. It really doesn't hurt at all when you just pull it out the right way. But do you see the volume? Do you see that? Oh, there's nothing like it. Oh, I feel a pen. I have a pen in here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Now remember, we've already gone in. I've already gone in and done the teasing, so I don't need to tease it. But I want to smooth it out because I don't want to look like I have big old pageant hair either. Okay, so see how that's just looking better? Now in person it looks bigger because remember what I taught you in the beginning of the video. Hair looks smaller on camera, but our body looks bigger. It's just the weirdest thing. And there you go. I just look like I walked out a blow dry bar. Literally. I see girls all the time in Charlotte and when I lived in LA, and they would walk out with all these beautiful, big, voluminous blow dries and pay, you know, 60 bucks, 50, 60 bucks and a tip. I'm gonna lock it in with just a little bit of hairspray. Again, this hairspray is really light, and when I wake up tomorrow, it won't feel like I don't feel like virgin hair. It won't feel like I have anything in it. And there you have it. Big, voluminous blowout hair, but we did it all with... So you could do that, right? It's not hard. I know it seems lengthy. It's really not. And I think to have... You figure by the time you get in the car, go to the salon, sit there. Sometimes you have to wait. Then they have to blow you out. Then they curl it. They curl it too at the blowout dry bar. And then you have to pay and you have to tip and you have to drive home. What we just did here is a fraction of that time. It's free unless you need to buy some products, but then you have them forever. You're not going back once a week or once a month. I think it's a reasonable amount of time. And once the Velcro rollers are in your hair, remember, you can put your face on, you can go make a smoothie, you can make coffee, you can make your kids dinner, whatever it is, wherever you're off to, you can fit some things in while you do it. So again, the longer the hair, the bigger. Now this was my biggest one. You can see they actually fit inside, so. And then if you have shorter hair, you're going to use more of the medium size. Okay? Conair also makes some great ones that are gold, metallic. And I really like those, but those, I only have 2 left. I lost one along the way. And so there you have it. So thanks for watching. Let me know in comments what you think. And next week, I'm so excited. I am working on my top... trying to think how I'm working on my top 3 or 4 foundations for mature skin. Yes, I said foundations. Don't fall off your feet. I don't like foundation. I think it ages women. But I have found a few that I really like a lot, and I want to talk about it. Bye for now.